Hi everyone and welcome back to the second game between Hippie and Tanner. Let's see if YouTube can behave itself. I'm not going to release the video till it's actually HD this time, so let's see how many hours it really takes. It's not a good week for YouTube processing. So we again have Hippie playing on the right this time in blue as the first British Armoured. And then on the left in red we have Tanner playing as the KDA. Hippie, if you lose to the KDA with a British Armoured division, it's just going to be shameful, man. Please note, everyone, this is banter between me and Hippie. I'm not actually that cruel. Right. Don't know how this is going to go at all. I know it's a good game. That's what I've been told by both players. There's back and forth, which I always like to see in a game. It makes it a little bit more exciting for us. But I always expect a good game from these two players. Hippie loves his cheese. If he can get away with some cheese, he will do it. Obviously, there's not a lot of cheese he can do with the British. The biggest cheese he's got here, option-wise, are the foxes, which you can see charging up the back there. Though there's no command being sent to Delta as yet, Hippie's gone for early commands at both points. Hippie's a little bit further forward here than Tanner was last time. Tanner obviously in a good secure position in this point, though he is in the buildings. He's got choppers firing out at those foxes. Obviously, choppers very good at this. It'll be interesting to see in the future patch what happens with choppers having the ability to, you know, effectively ECM away from missiles and stuff and fire some chaff, because that's going to change helicopter play again. I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm a little bit worried about helo rushing in the starter games and things like that, a problem that we had in Wargame Red Dragon. And obviously there were specific rules for that in tournaments, but I'm hoping there will be a reasonable balance and it's not just going to make those choppers stupidly powerful again. So commands in just for Hippie still. He's getting a massive advantage here at +5. A little bit of a push down here from Tanner. He's actually sent quite a lot of tanks up here. Obviously the T55As, nice cheap tanks, 45 points, can do a lot of damage. You can bring them in en masse. I mean, you know, compared to bringing in a single Challenger, you're bringing in, you know, 5 of these things effectively. So, no, you'll be bringing in at least 6 because they're 45, not 55. So you can bring in a lot of these tanks. Now, they're going to be good against a Challenger if you can get them close. So if you see a Challenger as these guys, you need to charge at the Challenger. Accept you're going to take a few losses, but if you can get up close and personal like that Challenger, you will kill it with close range penetration because the damage goes up the closer you get. So, you know, just a reminder for those of you who are new to the game, AP power, armor penetration goes up on tank guns the closer you get. Now, when I say tank guns, I mean the ones with kinetic energy rounds. The ones with heat rounds, that doesn't apply. Heat rounds are different. They maintain their damage across all ranges, so they never change. But tanks like the standard tank gun on the T55, which you can see here, says they're kinetic. Anything with the kinetic should technically do more damage for every 195 meters you get closer to the enemy target. So keep that in mind. It does make a difference. Chieftain Mark 9 coming in here. Very nice tank. Very nice gun. Slightly shorter range than the Chieftain Mark 10 or 11. I think it's the 11 that's in the game. Command rushing straight around the back for Hippie there. I missed that. That's an infantry command that he's trying to get in there. He has been spotted by the MI2 recon though. The foxes around the back. There are some VPBs here. They do have anti-tank launchers. He needs to be careful. 2 commands coming in now for Tanner. One will be going here, one will be going up to the top, but it will be neutralized by these. However, there is an anti-tank attack chopper coming in. It does have some rockets. It will make short work of those rifles. That tornado will be neat. Oh, the tornado is dead. I was about to say that tornado is going to be needed to take out that chopper, but it is dead. There's plenty of AA around here, it seems. Yeah, there you go. Anti-air guns. That's unfortunate for Hippie, but still +7 right now to Hippie. He's already at 751 points. Tanner has some catching up to do. He's got a lot of stuff in the middle, though. Not a lot is defending Charlie for Hippie. Hippie's in a difficult position if Tanner pushes hard. But look at this. Tanner's actually pulling away all of his tanks. Obviously, bear in mind that Tanner has no idea what is in Charlie. There is a Challenger Mark II in there now. There are plenty of mortars dotted around. Lots of harassment in there for Hippie. That Challenger is going to do some serious damage to any vehicles that come up, but he needs to be careful with it. But look at this. Hippie has control of that back point. He can bring in reinforcements there, as he is doing. He's got some javelins in. He's bringing in some more assault pioneers. He's consolidating control at that back point. At the same time, he needs to remember to bring stuff in here. And there we go, a warrior with a gun group heading up here. Nice cheap group to bring in. Obviously, there's nothing protecting Echo, but really, Tanner doesn't have a lot in Alpha. There's not a lot for Hippie down here either. It's all about this fight for Charlie right now. A decision that Tanner has to make is, does he push everything into Charlie, or does he try and reclaim Delta at the back there? Now, there's more and more stuff being brought in there for Hippie. Hippie does not want to let go of that point. T62 is coming in here. Another command is coming in here. We'll be heading up this way. Obviously, there is a Fox there, but the T62s will hopefully be used to kill the Fox. That was a good little rush with the Foxes all the way around the back. Tanner wasn't expecting it. Command got in as well. Hippie will be very pleased. +7. I mean, he is so close to a points win here. It is unbelievable. Just goes to show you can sometimes ignore the front lines to some extent and push right round the back. People aren't expecting it. Even very experienced players like Tanner. It wouldn't work again against Tanner. He'll be ready for it next time. But people don't always expect you to go round the back. That's why I always say it's worth putting some defenses around the back, you know. Even here, Hippie hasn't put anything but, you know, an anti-air unit and a recon unit. Wouldn't go amiss. It'll be interesting to see how all this pans out when they add the ground vehicles that can do amphibious floating. Because, you know, some of these edges are very... I don't know. I think that's going to be a challenge to... get up and down those little ridges. They're not very sloped, the banks. So, Tanner has sort of made a decision. He's going all in. All of his tanks are pushing up here. Challenger Mark II and a Chieftain will be in serious trouble if all these tanks can get up close and personal, and that's what the plan will be for Tanner. He just needs to get really close, and once he's really close, those tanks are stuffed. Look at the Chieftain already taking a lot of damage. The Challenger will also end up taking a lot of damage. They're both stunned. All that mortar fire, very useful, can stun tanks as well. Attack jet came in, is already dead. Hippie will be sad about that. 3 HE bombers coming in there. 4 HE bombers. They were actually coming to go after the jet, but it had already left. Have they dropped their bombs? I am so confused. Oh, maybe they hit over here with their bombs. That's what I think happened. I think they hit up here. And then they flew round here to try and get some shots off. Fine. I'm concentrating here, but look at this. Tanner's pushing that point as well. So another good strategy for people who are new to the game, again, is pushing multiple points at once. It's difficult to do. It takes a bit of practice. You have to learn to be able to zoom out and micromanagement, you know, all your units from range. Sometimes you can just use one area as a massive distraction by throwing them in willy-nilly while you are concentrating on controlling your main force elsewhere. But here we can see that Tanner is doing a big assault on Charlie. He is getting a command in there, so it will now go down from +4. At the same time, he's pushing a few units in here and bringing in a command for up there as well. Currently +1 to Hippie, but soon it's going to be +0. In fact, no, it'll be +1 to Tanner when he neutralizes that back point. This could all turn around here, folks. Hippie spent a lot on getting that back point and trying to hold this front point. Tanner has focused a lot of his forces here. And he's now at a position he can push in. And all this while, Tanner hasn't been losing a lot because he's just been building up forces. He's not necessarily been pushing aggressively and losing a lot. So Tanner's got himself in a nice position. Another chieftain coming in there. Lots of rocket attack choppers coming in. And a hell arm. And some warrior gun groups coming in. Still hanging on to this point as well. But more forces coming in from Tanner. He has lost a couple of things. There was a tank he's lost at least. Though he is getting this commander in there. Hippie so close. So close and yet so far right now. Has Tanner just turned this around completely? Now they said there was back and forth and this is it. I do love watching Tanner play. You do get some very interesting tactics later in the game from him. He's a very tactical mind when it comes to the long term of the game. Look at that. 0 to Hippie, +1 to Tanner. That's a lot of catching up to do for Tanner though. But look at all of this mass T55 spam coming into this point. And that's what he needs. They are so powerful versus everything in numbers. Infantry, other tanks, you name it. They are so good. And they are so cheap. I think a lot of people underestimate these tanks in like the bigger team games because they're cheap. Don't underestimate them. They are really good. You've just got to be careful how you use them and get them up close and personal. So the challenger that was here is dead. It is gone. The chieftain is almost dead. It's going to take a shot from something and then it's dead. He is managing to pick stuff up with it, is Hippie though. In fact... No, there's the other chieftain. I was going to say there was another chieftain coming in. He'll be wanting to come in and try and get some side shots on these tanks. Look at the damage output from Tanner. I mean, Tanner has now lost a lot of what he sent in there, but he's done what he needed to do. He has got a foothold in that point. He's dropping smoke on his command to keep it safe. Anti-tank jets coming in there to try and take out that chieftain. Oh, that chieftain has 1 pip of health, and they both missed it. Both those MiG-23s missed it. Tanner will be very sad he doesn't have his Su-25. His little baby. That is Tanner's favourite. He's only got the MiG-23 there. That chieftain is incredibly lucky. 1 pip of health. And both those missiles missed it. Chieftain here coming in against these T-55s. Obviously, 15 front armour against 7 front armour. And of course, sorry, just looking at the guns, 14. This thing has 19, so it's an insta-pop for 1 shot, 1 kill. And he has managed to kill them, but look at the damage they did do to it. Not to be underestimated, if there had been 3 or 4 of those T-55s there, and this thing costs 180 points, you know, think about the cost there. That's 4. That's over the cost of 4. Now, is the cost of 4 of those other tanks, to be fair. So, yeah, a bit more equally matched once you get 4. I've kind of been concentrating on here, but as you can see, Tanner is pushing up aggressively in here. I mean, Hippie's out at this point. He can't call stuff in anymore. He can't get stuff past the front lines, really. He's got a lot of focus over here now. It was a brilliant maneuver from Hippie. It got him to 1,752 points. It got him to a point of almost winning the game within 20 minutes. It was a brilliant maneuver. And bringing in reinforcements there was the right thing to do at the time. But now he has to concentrate on Charlie. He cannot lose control at this side. He's starting to bring stuff in at the bottom as well. You notice there's a warrior coming in, a gun group. He's now reconsolidating. He's got his advantage. He's back to +2. He's managed to kill the command here because he has a command in the back as well. But currently this is neutralized. And Hippie is simply hanging on for dear life with those rifle commanders. He just needs to hold as long as he can. He's not going to be able to hold long. He's getting, you know, closer and closer is Tanner. Those rifles will not live much longer. He's got their weapons. Oh, he's turned their weapons off so they can't be seen. He's getting the law engaging on the tanks, but look at all that. The moment they open fire, everything firing in on them. They'll take a little bit of fire before they die. Oh, Hippie, it is so close right now. I can taste your victory. And it tastes like Earl Grey tea. And there it goes. He's lost the point. Back to neutralized. So close, Hippie. So close. Tanner, showing his might late game, has pushed back into that point. Pushed hard into this point as well. Has lost a lot doing it. But Hippie's lost a lot as well. Feels like the kills to losses are going to end up being tight on this game again. Yeah, Hippie now spreading his forces. Some coming in at the top, some coming in at the bottom. There's not a lot protecting the bottom for Tanner, but look at all of this red up here. And all of that red is going to move across the back of the map to come into Charlie. And all in all, that is a lot of red. That is a lot of red. That is a lot of tanks. It's a lot of infantry, and it's a lot of choppers. Tanner making very good use of his MI2 recon choppers this game, might I add. I'm always a little bit fearful of losing them, but some people just manage to use them really effectively, and Tanner is doing that right now. Supply will be coming back in to resupply these choppers. He will be needing them to defend. Look at all the supply trucks here, supplying all of those tanks. Air superiority for Tanner right now. He's flying around without anything stopping him, dropping bombs. 80 jets circling, waiting to try and get a kill on something. Oh, the Rapier did manage to kill one of them. He got the HE bomber. There are mortars coming in. Does he have much anti-air coming in is the question. It is literally just that Rapier right now, and it is low on missiles. It has one left. There is another Rapier coming in. There is some supply coming in as well. Here come the reinforcements down the main road. A wall of red, a tidal wave is about to hit Charlie. Hippie could cause a massive distraction and start poking at Alpha, but again, Hippie doesn't know what Tanner has in there. As far as Hippie's concerned, Tanner might have a huge force in there that he has no chance of pushing, but here we go. Warrior and Gun Group are on the move. He's going to have a little poke. He needs to see what's in there. What is in there? Command, Pioneer, Panzerjäger, Pioneer, Panzerjäger, and another Pioneer. There's not a lot in there. A decent HE bomber or two would wipe out those infantry, and then it's just the command at the back. And I mean, you could be a real pain in the bum and bring in an artillery piece and just shell that back corner if you can tell where that is. One recon chopper across the point, even if it gets shot down by this anti-air, if you get eyes on that, you could artillery it into submission, kill it off, and then it'd be back to +3 for Hippie. And that would be game, potentially, because it would take a while for another one to come in, and Hippie just needs +3 for a little while to hit that 2,000 point mark. Look at the combat going on here. Tanner calling in loads more tanks. Oh, the tank spam. That is going to be horrendous when it all arrives. Look at it all coming in the back of the map. All of these infantry coming in as well. Chieftain coming in here. Links with scouts. I wonder if Hippie is hurting for units now. It's been not that long a game, but both players have lost a lot. It's been a hard-fought battle. And here's the tank spam. Look at it go. How many tanks is that? I can't even tell. Hang on, there we go. I can select them all. 7 tanks. Plus, how many more were coming in there? Another 6. Another 6 tanks. 7 already in. Just marching through the point. He doesn't care if he loses them. He's just sending them in to shoot at everything. They're looking for a command to kill. Chieftain Mark 11 there, shooting across, trying to take some of them out. He will get kills. Command is in there, +3 to Tanner. Wow, this game is going to be tight. "19 minutes left in this game. Hippie moves some units all the way around the back here. I think he's trying to spot the command. He's put the scouts down there as well. Some scouts dropping off at the top here. I wonder if he's going for a command spot and snipe. It wouldn't be a bad shout at this stage, but he also needs to kill the command that's in here. And that command is an infantry commander there. Gun group here, up against multiple squads. That gun group is doomed. Tornado in. Tornado taking a lot of fire from some buck. Oh, and there it is, dead. Not bad, those bucks. What is the accuracy on that? He's fully ranked up. 65%. I think that's the standard, so a fully ranked up one is obviously considerably more. I think they've had a buff at some point. I don't remember them being that good before. Oh, Hippie. I feel your pain right now. Infantry slowly pushing across the point. Poor commander is about to get everything rained down on it. Chieftain being used and microed well though. He will probably kill a few more of these tanks before he goes down. Commander is running away. He has made a little bit of a push here. Did move up several units, but quick response by those choppers from Tanner. The squad that was back here has obviously been killed. I assume in the field there, probably by the anti-air gun. I think it was all about spotting where that command was. Still +3 currently, but this command isn't going to last much longer. Look at the amount of stuff that Tanner is bringing in here. He's rearming his choppers again. Link's heading around the back with those scouts again. He's going to be looking for this command. Look at this trapped Gregory around the back. It's nearly out of fuel. It's still got weapons. It's a shame it can't fire at ground targets. I bet he wishes it could, because he could kill that Malika. Tornado cluster coming in there. Not sure what it's going for. Maybe he was hoping he can kill a command if there's a command vehicle there, but there isn't. It's just infantry at this stage. Scouts pushing in here slowly. He's going to come up against that anti-air gun though if he's not careful. Once again, Hippie hanging on with a command for dear life. Surrounding it with smoke. Soon, very soon, to be +6 for Tanner. There's all those attack choppers going around the back. He's going for a snipe. He's going for a snipe. There's not a lot in this point. There really isn't. But it's enough. There's a command. There we go. Hippie bringing in command and a bunch of infantry to come into this point and get that foothold. Yes, Hippie, yes. Sometimes I get it right when I'm thinking what they're thinking or what they might be thinking. Sometimes. What is going on back here? Oh, he's harassing. Interesting. He's just spotting where that command is, so he knows where to snipe. Oh, he's killed this command. The warrior got it. Look at the warrior go. Oh, Hippie will be pleased with that. Still +3 for Tanner. Attack choppers heading around the back here. They're going to go for that command in that building. And there's no anti-air there. Mi-24P will go for them with its Gatling gun, though. And obviously, does the Ghetto gunship fire at air targets? No, it will fire at the helicopters with that one. But they're already past. 2 of them are well on the way. One of them's wasting its missiles on the Malika. Oh, here come the AT jets to kill them. It's running away. Does he know it's running away? He's taking fire from the tank. Oh, he doesn't realise they've moved. Oh, poor Hippie. I thought he was going to get the double kill there on the commanders. But look at this. A complete switch in the map right now. Tanner in complete control of this area. Hippie about to be in control of this point. There's a rover command sitting at the edge there. He hasn't risked moving it in yet. There's a lot of choppers here for Tanner. It's kind of holding him back. 13 minutes left to go. Recon coming in. More tanks coming in. A command is coming in now for Alpha as well. Oh, Hippie's having to have second thoughts. Completely messed up by those attack choppers. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. But those attack choppers from Tanner, spot on. Exactly what he needed to be there right at that time. Rapiers have moved up to take out the choppers, though. Chieftain getting very close and personal. Will be able to lay down a lot of fire. Needs to be careful, though, as can be shot at by these guys. What's the range on their anti-tank? Oh, anti-tank is only 500 for those guys. Okay. Maybe that is very much in Hippie's favour, then. Oh, not so much when these guys get to that building. They'll probably be in range. Yes, they are. Immediately launched one. Oh, look at the damage output. And there's the second one, and it's dead. Centurion coming in now. Very slow firing this thing. Only 3 rounds a minute. A little bit painful. Rapier being pushed around the back there to take out those choppers. Oh dear. Another chieftain coming in. Mortars coming in. The warrior coming in. I mean, the point is right now, Tanner has so much at the top of the map. Hippie has to push the bottom point. Still +3 to Tanner. 11 minutes, just over to go in this game. This is so tense right now because Hippie is literally a minute or 2 away from winning if he can get +3 or more. It's not going to take long for him to win. But right now, there is a lot of red on this map. And although my initial estimate was going to be that there was going to be a very close kills to losses, right now it is feeling like there's going to be a significantly higher kills on Tanner's side. He's bringing in another commander, just in case that one gets killed. And more units starting to swarm down here. Tanks coming down. But Tanner just has to hold now. He needs to hold the top point. He needs to hold that point there. And as long as he does that, he's +3. He's also got defensive units in the back there, so it's not going to be easy for Hippie to get round now. Hippie needs control of this point. He needs to kill the command, and then he needs to snipe a command somewhere else. But it's going to be one heck of a challenge to do it. Chieftain going up against these T62s. Oh, crew build out. He'll be pleased about that strike. And it's dead. That one's behind smoke, so he can't engage it at the moment. Oh, he's getting shot at now, though. Oh, and he got a side shot on it. 2 hell arms coming in to try and deal with some of these. But there is a UAZ with a flak on the back coming in. Once it's deposited, there it is. Can't currently have a line of sight on those hell arms, so hell arms will get shots off. Rapier getting plenty of shots off on these choppers, but missing most of them. There we go, got one there. That one finished the other one. Hippie will be pleased to have those choppers out of the way, but this is a hell of a fight right now. Look at this push from Tanner. Tanner determined to take this point back and get it back to +6. Oh, the turnaround in this game, the back and forth. It must be a bittersweet. What is potentially going to be a bittersweet draw for Hippie. Because unless he can take control, he's going to be within what I think is the tournament 200-point limit. So if Tanner does get to 2,000, then technically it's a draw. And there it is, Tanner in control of the point. +6. 8 minutes to go. Look at it ticking up now. Rapid, rapid, rapid. But you just think back. 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, it was +7 to Hippie. Just goes to show how much of a turnaround there can be in these games. Even if someone gets very close to that 2,000 point mark, doesn't mean you've lost. Tanner will at least get a draw out of this, fighting back so hard. Hippie, I am on so many levels so disappointed for you. That maneuver at the start was amazing. And the fact that you held on to all those points for so long and you were so close. But hands down to Tanner, just careful, concise planning, building up those forces. I got to appreciate that. And the sheer amount of T55As on the map. I'm assuming you ran out of them towards the end because you started bringing in T62s, Tanner. But well played, both of you. That was a really fun game. Sometimes I do get very excited at these games when I cast them and watch them back, because I don't watch them beforehand. So I get just as excited as everybody else because I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is what people tell me generally, whether it's a good game or not, whether there was back and forth. I try not to look at who won most of the time. But that was a fun game. But I think Tanner's got it. In the sense of he's going to hit the 2,000 points. But Hippie, wow. So close. So close. It's got to be a bittersweet draw for you as well. Definitely. And there's the end of the game. Now, it does say minor defeat here, but officially it is technically a draw by the tournament rules, because the tournament obviously has different rules to what it says in-game. You know, at that point, can I just say the kills to losses weren't as different as I expected. I genuinely expected there to be like a 3,000 point gap looking at the map at the end there. I genuinely expected Tanner to just have, you know, by the looks of having so much more on the field, that it was going to be a bigger gap. But well played, guys. Let's have a look at those kills and losses, because look at that. Chieftain Mark 9. Wow. Charlie Mark 2 doing okay, not great. Another Chieftain Mark 9. Rifles did well. Another Chieftain Mark 9 smashing crap up. Wow. Tracked Rapier did a good job. Tracked Rapier, Chieftain Mark 11. Look at all the tank kills. And all of those vehicles. Chieftain Mark 9s were like definitely the vehicle of the match. MI8 MT Rocket 2 there. Look at all those kills. And my 24. Really good use of choppers from both players, in particular Tanner though. The Gov was out and about getting some kills. Don't see the Gov called out very often. Malika got a few kills towards the end there. Really great game, guys. Really great game. I am looking forward to seeing more from you two in the future. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share and subscribe. God knows which day this is going to end up going up. It depends when the processing finishes. But thanks for watching, everyone.